Hey, how are you? Um, Thank you so much for the check-in. Super helpful. Everything made perfect sense. 100% in alignment. I don't think I even really have any questions or follow-ups. It was just tremendously helpful. It was cool to get it beforehand too. Just a little bit more, I guess, qualitative information on the week. Sleep was really good. Hunger was very high, but dealing. It's is what it is. We only have a little bit of time left. Actually, the only real sort of source of stress is wrapping things up at my current job, and then just looking forward to the next thing. This next job is a huge deal for me. I'm the primary, soon to be sole breadwinner of my family, so I take it pretty seriously. And I'm focused on like going in there and being 100% focused on that, and then 2 weeks later becoming a father of two. And I'm have a lot of childcare responsibilities right now because my wife is 8 months pregnant. So I'm a super lucky guy, but it's kind of crazy to be doing the bodybuilding thing right now. It's I'm trying to do it in a way that impacts my family kind of as little as possible. But that's kind of what's going on. I'm like, I would love to be completely 100%, super duper dialed in and dedicated, and I am. But at the same time, I have all these life things. But the reality is, everybody does. I remember reading some article long, long time ago about bodybuilding that said, like, think about these guys who are in prison who they don't even have protein powder. They have to live on like honey buns and maybe tuna fish if they're lucky. They don't have machines, they don't have cables. They have maybe like a barbell that, they have to find a time to like work in with some guys. And some of these guys are like getting big is the difference between life and death for them. So just like man up a little bit and whatever your situation is, whatever your constraints are, like trust me, you can handle it. Think about all the advantages that you have. And I always try to keep that perspective in mind as much as I can. But yeah, that's just kind of some stuff that's going on in the back of my mind, kind of weighing on me. Is the number one thing is, I guess, life wise, is I don't want to come into this new job like a super high strung Skeletor who's like eating out of a Tupperware, maybe just like sneaking in a protein shake on the toilet or something. But we'll figure all that out. That's got to focus on the day to day right now. Nutrition is like top notch, 100%. Everything, weighing veggies. To give you a little more insight into like how I actually eat. I sent you a breakdown from loseit.com. I didn't really send macros because you have my macros, but I sent kind of a list of the foods I eat. All the Greek yogurt when I cut is fat free. When I don't cut, I usually go with 2%. I eat Valle Greek yogurt, which I really love. That's like my primary source of protein. One thing I'm like not psyched about that I do is I haven't been eating eggs since I've been cutting, but I'm actually going to throw that back in these next 2 weeks. I have some eggs, so that'll be easy. And I don't eat out like really ever, except when I have to, like for business or if I'm going on a date or something. And that hasn't happened in a while. But if I do that, I'll just like get a salad, no nuts, no cheese, no berries, no non-fibrous veggies. No, I'll get dressing on the side, and then occasionally I'll like dip my fork into it, and then I'll get grilled chicken on it. And then the pro move when you eat out and you do that is when you show up, eat like a dinner roll because those are fairly measured portions, and that way you get some carbs and you're not like completely starving and destroyed. And if you do that, that's like actually a pretty good meal, and you can be rest assured that you're not like fucking anything up. But that's a thing of necessity, and I'm looking forward to not having to do that for a while. But this is cool. Like, honestly, I wish my life was such that I could do this like 4 more weeks, or like I like crushing it. I like feeling like 100% dialed in, 100% going for it. Like, dude, I have access to like a fantastic gym and like an absolutely incredible coach. Like I couldn't be luckier to pursue this, and I really enjoy it. And there's been a little bit of oh man, like what am I doing? Like what are my priorities in life? Like why am I doing the bodybuilding thing? But you know what? I got to be honest with you, like it's been really satisfying, and for me, it gives me like a source of impulse control and drive that extends to other things. I know that's a concept that you're probably deeply familiar with, but yeah, I love it. Like, just a little bit of background on me. I think we maybe talked about this a long time ago, but when I was like 18 years old and going into university, I was like super fat, and I was like maybe 220 pounds, 100 kilos exactly, like zero muscle. I'd done like martial arts before, no athleticism, no nothing, and then I got to university, and I was like a total slacker in school, completely like wasted opportunities, like totally, you know, disregarded all of the reasons that my parents like immigrated and did all these things. And then as soon as I got to university, I don't know, something clicked. I like started to lose weight. Obviously didn't do it the right way. Many people, I think, in like bodybuilding have that. They were like a fat kid who like starved themselves and then like got their shit together, but lost a ton of weight. But then at the same time I pulled my life together, and I always thought that that was like a poignant, meaningful thing. Like I did that, and those things are kind of conjoined for me. And for a while, it's, you got to find balance. You can't do the thing, but I think this is, every time this is like a little bit more of an emotional, like psychological journey, and hopefully every time you get to more insight and a better place, and like you become a larger person, like a person who's capable of having more perspective and approaching things with more like a veteran. There's this saying in American sports, like act like you've been there before. Don't over celebrate, don't overdo it. And like when you, maybe once you've done this a couple of times, it's not a big deal, right? Like you're dieting and you're lifting weights, but like there's something about it that's like transforming yourself that there really is something to that. I think that's what I've realized sort of over the past couple of weeks is it hasn't gotten easier. It's not particularly difficult. This is like by far the easiest stretch I've ever had of cutting. I mean, in terms of just like burdens on me and how I'm handling it, I think, it's like I'm technically better at doing things and like more aware of what the important things are. And the more that you can focus on those and disregard the shit that doesn't matter, it gets a million times easier. But also just like I've done it before, it's easy. Like the stage I am in my life is like not particularly crazy, like particularly because I get to like sleep, and my job is not in a super stressful place right at the moment. Anyway, that's just like a lot of life stuff. Sorry for making you listen to that. Maybe it's good to air it out. You could listen to this on 1.5 speed if you want. In terms of just the coming week, totally prepared, happy, definitely looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to training, not deloading. What else? Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Couple of just like technical points, I guess. One, I got a DEXA scan on Thursday, whatever that Thursday of not next week, but the one after is. So that'll be really great. We'll have 3 sort of sequential DEXA comparisons. And this one will be sort of same machine, and I'll follow the same protocol. It'll be around the same time of day. I've become more aware that I think DEXA, obviously nothing's perfect, but DEXA, can be a little bit inconsistent because it measures like fluids and stuff like that as anything that's not fat. It measures as lean body mass. So if you come in dry, it'll be like you lost muscle. But in any event, I'm getting a DEXA scan, so that'll be cool to compare. It'll at least be a data point, and it maybe hopefully has a little bit of consistency, at least in tracking fat, the amount of fat on your body. I think it tends to be pretty accurate, but I don't know. You almost certainly know better than me, or certainly know better than me. But Yeah, that'll be cool. So that's that Thursday. And then maybe like that Thursday, might call that the last day. So I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, not to like binge, but just like recover and then come into work on Monday, new job, show up in my suit, show up in my tie, clean shaven. Hey guys, you made a good decision to hire me. And then, we'll definitely have to play things by ear, just new protocol, new gym. I have to find a training time. We'll make it work, right? I think about those guys in prison. And then just like we'll continue to eat right. This is actually kind of cool. Let me show you something. So I bought for my family a giant freezer. Check this out. And I'm going to fill it with like clean foods that I'm going to buy ahead of time. So that when the baby's here, I need to eat instead of getting pizza or whatever. Pop some good stuff in the microwave. You can't gain a bunch of fat if you don't have bad food in your house, or not bad food, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I think things are pretty good. I just did some cardio. We just got a huge snowstorm, and so my step count's going to be down. My NEAT is going to be down. I'm still like wrangling with my kid, but it's not the same. So over the next couple of days, there's just going to be a lot of snow on the ground. Not going to be able to walk around a ton. And that guy just did 20 minutes of like low intensity steady state. Hopefully won't fuck up my sleep too much. And yeah, last 2 weeks, gotta crush it. Give me 1650. I could have done 1500. Come on. But yeah, everything's really good. Super psyched. Not gonna lie to you, there's not very often that like I look at myself and I'm like, man, I look pretty fucking good. But today was like that day. That was a nice feeling, very rewarding. We're gonna dial it in a little bit further, relax, get some balance in life. Good lifting, good eating, good living. It's gonna be great, man. Thank you so much for everything. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. I'm super excited. This has been awesome, and I'm like deeply grateful. You're the absolute fucking best, dude. Love working with you. Thank you so much.